Hey viewers, and today we're going to be doing some basic prototyping for the wireframes for virtual dates, and then we're going to see if we can squeeze in the prototyping for the swipe right, swipe left on the concept. So again, if you're struggling to find work as a designer, try and make a project based on the company you want to work for. So let's get into the video. And what we're going to do is kick off the wireframe. So recently we did the wireframes, we just kept it really simple, and if you've never done prototyping before, we are just going to do it really simple and just connect up all these screens. And all you have to do is just click on the very first frame, go to prototype, and you can see this, we're just going to drag across and we're just going to keep it very simple. And we'll say, yeah, we want to go on click. You can actually change the animations, but for now I'm just keeping it very simple since it's a wireframe. And this is essentially the splash screen. So what we're going to do different with this screen is we are going to say after delay. So 800 milliseconds. So perhaps it's loading, let's say 400. And then what we're going to do is it will instantly go to the next frame. So if we want to be specific, we can click on a specific button. So here you can go right into the button, just drag to the right, and on click we are going to navigate to the next screen. And sometimes you'll notice that some actions are different because this particular wireframe, what happens is you'll start typing in your number and then it will straight away go to this next screen, but we are just keeping it simple for now. Drag across and it's on click again here. Again, these are, if we're going to get a bit more complex, these are actually going to be disabled by default because you haven't entered anything yet. But again, we're just keeping it simple, so you just go across. This one here, what we're going to do is we're going to say enable location, and that will take you to the next screen. What's your first name? Again, we can't do any typing or anything like that. So here again, we're just going to go to the next frame, and it really is, it's not too complicated. We're just keeping it so light and simple because we just want to show the team, the stakeholders, what the wireframe or the user journey is going to be, and then we can iron out specific areas that need improvement, or development, or developers might not know specifically what a screen is going to be. For example, if they were to choose a photo, what's going to happen there? Can they add a photo from Facebook, for example? So again, here we're just going to drag across very quickly. Again, we're going to drag across, and really you have to select one, so we're not going to show that interaction. So again, we're just going to go to the main one here. Here we're just saying that I've selected design, so you're just going to go next, and then here again we go next. The interaction on here could be different, so let's say that you was to actually touch one of these, it can just go straight to the next screen. So that might be a good option, but again, we're just keeping it very simple. Again here, and then we get to the agreement. What we're doing here is we're not doing any scroll. Let's see if we can try that. So here again, we're then to the final conversion page. But let's just see if I can actually do a scroll area for the agreement. But no one really ever reads the terms and conditions. But if I go back to design, so can I actually click in here? I have a feeling it's locked. So if I lock the button, now in this frame, we can see it's going outside, and we actually might have to convert that to a frame. Command G, but that is a group frame selection, and the content is going outside. Let's see if this will work. I have to then put it around there, and if I go to prototype, now let's see if this actually does work. So I don't think it will. We might have to select that. It's a vertical scrolling. Okay, so let's see anyway. Okay, so we go to the play button, and we didn't even see the splash screen. So if I hit R to restart, it was just too quick. So again, if we go back, we're going to make that the default 800 milliseconds, if I think it was. So a delay, and let's just say 800, because we hardly saw that. And again, we just go to play. Yeah, that is ultra fast. But there, it's very simple, and I'm going to use my number. So here, again, you can explain, we're just going to choose the country code, and then you put in your phone number. It'd probably be good to put in the correct format for the person, so they don't have to put the verse 0. So that's little details. And then we go to the next screen, enter in the verification code, enable location services. We need a good explanation why, and enable now. What's your first name? So we're typing in the first name, go next, add your first photo. Again, we're not showing this particular interaction. Next, and then we have one done. You can add more, and why should we add more? Because it will help your profile, help you get more views, for example. Need help, check out the guidelines. So this is another nice tip. Some people might get lost on how to add photos. And then we go next. When's your birthday? And then here, how do you identify? You'll choose one. Again, it'd probably be better just to choose man and then go to the next screen. But if you select one, you have a chance to change. So either way it works, right? And then, so I'm going with design. What are your interests to get started? Get unique matches with our fun algorithm. So we can skip, but in my case, I'm choosing Apple. If you had to choose, I'd go Figma over Photoshop, and then Bitcoin or Doge. So, okay, let's see if this scroll works. So that scroll doesn't work, but then I'm going to hit agree, and then that is basically it, right? So that is 9 minutes. And then if I close, so once you've done that, you could share it. You could share this with anyone else, and they can have a look at a prototype. You just get their email and then send invite, or you can even copy the link, which is pretty cool, and away you go. So let's just quickly see if we can enable the scroll behavior. If I say vertical scrolling, because I'm pretty sure I'm doing this wrong, but we are going to try. Why not? Why not have a go? So use phone number. See, if I don't click in the right area, it will highlight it for you. So I'm just going right through enable. We're going right through again just to see if this will. Oh, and it does. There you go. So that is pretty nice as well. You can demonstrate the scroll behavior, and ideally this would probably stick, but I think that is okay just to show the terms and conditions. Okay, so we've managed to do that in 11-ish minutes. So the next part is we're now going to do the concept prototyping. So what we're going to do here is just to outline some tasks. Is we're going to put in the like and the dislike icons. We need a profile component. We need to turn this into a component because we're going to have different profiles. And then at the end, we're going to do a drag prototype, which is swiping to the right to like, swiping to the left to dislike. So let's see how this goes. So I'm just going to bring that over there. I'm just going to copy that. So we just need to organize this a bit better. So we have the image. Okay, so if I hide that, so we can just call that profile image. Then here we have profile meta. Could be a better name than that. So these are going to be together. Command G. If I hide it, okay, so if I name that, I'll just name that card. Actually, just name that profile card. And all of these, we can group these. Okay, so if I hide the card, okay, that's great. So what else do we want to include is the like and dislike. So I'm just going to straight away go to the ellipse tool, just click on there, go back to design, and I am going to make these, should we say 72 by 72? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to make these white. I can't see it because it's probably at the back. Ow. It's right in the profile image, so I'm going to drag it to the top. We're going to make it 10%, and we are also going to give it the effect of background blur, and you'll see why. We're doing the class morphism again. This is depending on the image that they use, and we're just going to group that, and inside that group we are just going to copy this one. Okay, and that is dislike. And then if I just copy and paste, we can then just click on that and swap it for the heart for like. Okay, and we're keeping these colors neutral because there's going to be potentially so many different types of profile images and colors. We're trying to keep it as neutral as possible so it won't clash with the colors, and we are going to call this one like. Now laying out, we're going to put this from 16 from the left, and we're just going to give it an even number of, well, let's say 96. Okay, so if I add 16, okay, great. So this one, let's just align that to the left, and we are gonna plus 20 plus 16. No, not that way. So you need to minus 16, and we need it to the same Y, so 112. Great. So when the user swipes right, they like. When the user swipes left, they dislike. Okay, so again, just to have a look, we've done our like and dislike, and we are going to now create our profile component. So we just select the whole card, and for some reason it's minus 1x, so put 0. And let's see if that affected everything else. So 16. Okay, and then if I put that right there, then minus 16. Yeah, okay, that's fine. You make sure that everything else is lining up nicely. So for some reason that image looks a bit off, and I'm getting a bit too picky, but it's a nice thing about zooming right in. So the profile image is also x1, make that 0. Okay, if I go to profile meta, that is 0, which is fine. So we're just trying to be precise. That is in the middle, that is to the left, that is to the left. Okay, great. So save. So that's the nice thing about zooming right in. You can see if things are lining up or not. And what we'll do now is we'll just go to profile card, and then we're going to do Alt Command K, and that is a profile card. Okay, so now we've made our profile card component, and now we're going to create different profiles. So simply what we need to do there is we are just going to drag this out. So that is our profile card component. We are now going to create some more, so Command C, Command V. You must be doing that very wrong. Wowzers. Okay. We're just dragging it across. And this one is going to be number 1. We're actually going to need, that's number 2. It does it for you automatically. Number 3. I'm going to swipe through quite a few just to see the animation. Just keep. This one is number 4, and then I think number 5. So or 6. Okay, so here that is number 1. The reason why is because this is our component. We just drag this across. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to just change these profile pictures. So for example, the way to do that in a component is you go to, you'll click on the image, you go to fill, you'll choose image. Now we're going to choose a male. I've got quite a good few. I'm going to choose a male. So there's a really good one. Which was, where are we now? We want to test them with different colors as well, just to make sure that the glass morphism works okay. There was one. Yeah, that one's, this one looks, he looks pretty cool. So open. So I'm Andre, and that is a really good pose. So don't want that zoomed in too much, though it might look quite good. I'm going to say crop, and then in here I can just make that, if I hit Shift and Alt and drag down, there we go. I think that's enough. Okay, so we close. That is looking pretty nice. And then again we just go to the next one. We go into profile image, and then we hit the fill, we hit choose. Now we choose a female, and I remember that this one is by UX Ventures. This is a pretty nice image. I'm then going to go to crop. I'm then going to go to the top here, Shift and Alt, drag it down. So right around there. So now you're testing out lots of different images. This one we're going to go to a male. So again, profile. We're then going to go here, and we're going to choose. We're on 20 minutes. And let's have a think. So you got female. Now we're going to just see a male, and I think the male was going to be this one because that's quite a nice image. We'll open that. That is quite nice. That looks really. But let's actually crop that. Get a bit more of his body as well. I mean, that is quite a cool image. There you go. And then the last one, we are going to get a female, and we just choose. This is quite a nice image with the colors. They've got a lot of colors in this image, so it's nice to test it out, and it's a nice image as well. So if we're gonna go to crop, my fans on the laptop is starting to go crazy for some reason, and then that is good enough. So now we have all our different profiles, and here, yeah, I mean, again, all of these glass morphism, it still works. Still, the contrast is still good enough, hopefully. But again, we're testing. So now we've done all our different profile pictures. Now we're going to drag the drag prototype. Okay, so this is potentially where the magic happens, or maybe not, we'll see. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we are going to just layer all of these on top in one frame, which you'll see. So if I get this one first, I'm then going to Command X, go in here, Command V, I'm going to send that to back. I think it is there at the back already, and then align at the top. Nice. Okay, that is pretty cool. That is profile card 5. Just going to collapse all of these other bits. Okay, so the next one we're going to bring in is this one, and then again I'm just going to paste that, and I'm going to then from the left and top. Okay, I might as well do the rest, and then I'll bring the group above. So this one, again, we're just going to paste it in from the left top. This one is the same. We're going to paste it in from the left top. And lastly, this is a really cool image. We are going to paste that in from the left and the top. And I'm going to leave a link in the description of another YouTuber who practically done this whole Tinder animation. So check his video out, he's really good. I think he's a Turkish designer, so check it out. But this one here, we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The group here, we just need to be on top. Okay, so the way this is gonna work is we're gonna drag across. So rather than me explain it, I'll show you. So let's give ourselves a bit of space. Okay, so when we go from this screen to this screen, profile card number 1 is gonna go out. So what we need to do is not drag it out, we need to just use the X frame. So now it's going out of the frame, but if we oh yeah, so if we unclip it, we can see what's going on. So again, we just keep going, and we want to rotate this a bit, or the other way, so tab and down, and let's bring this down as well, like it's moving down. But the other thing I forgot to do is to hide the dislike and like by default, and you'll see why in a minute. So if I hide, actually, is that going to work? Okay, so that's hidden them both by default. So she has gone to the right. We might want to give that a bit more space. And what we're going to do is when we click on that image, it's going to then drag. So if I go to prototype, I've selected that profile image, profile card, drag across. We want it to be on drag, and we want smart animate. So if we test this out, now these images are quite big, so it might take a while to load. Okay, so that's looking good. So now if I swipe to the right, we should hopefully see it drag. There we go. Whoa, that is sweet. But for some reason, the next thing we need to do is, how do we know what swipe right is? So just close the tailwind. So what we want to do is we want the like to appear. So again, if we just prototype, or we just quickly test it, we should see the like icon appear. So I'm swiping right, and we don't see the like icon appear for some reason, because I think I've done something silly somewhere. Yeah, it should appear. Strange. Very strange. It should appear. So I just deleted that. I'm going to start again. So I'm going to drag across. I'm going to say on drag. And I have a feeling because I positioned it there, it should actually be here. I have a feeling that's probably why. So if I go back to the card, let me just see them. So it's actually, these should be the opposite sides. So this is a nice thing about a component. When you make a change here, it will affect all the other cards. So I just need to quickly swap these. So this is 288. So this will be 288. And then the like will be 16. Oop. Okay, so this should fix it. This should fix it, and also we have to hide them by default. I'm pretty confident we'll see this now. So okay, so here we go. Moment of truth. Swipe right, and there you go. You see that nice like icon appear, and now we have to do the dislike. So what we're going to do is we'll just clip and we'll just copy paste. Okay, and then this one we just need to click on that card, and now we need to do minus, so down and tab, and we just want to untick that just to see where it is, and we also need that to go down, so up and tab, maybe bring it a bit more. Well, let's see what happens when we rotate it. Okay, so we need it to go out a bit more, so I'm just tabbing and arrowing. And this one we want dislike to show up. Okay, so again we'll just clip content, we'll click on that picture, prototype, go across, and then on drag. So if this works, we've practically done, pardon me, we have done the like and dislike. So share or play. Ooh, why did it go all the way there? If I hit R to restart, okay, so swipe right to like, you can see that, swipe left to dislike, and it didn't work. Why is that? Jeez. Okay, because I didn't connect it. I thought I did. Strange. So sometimes you think you've connected it, but for some reason it says none, so I've probably done that wrong. So if we then say iPhone X4, which is why it's better, you should probably better label these, but I'm not doing it. Should do it. So let's restart. So here we swipe to the right, and then we swipe to, there we go, nice, very nice. She looks very happy. Okay, so close out, and we just got 2 more profiles just to show off the prototype. So this one here, we just want to go back to design, unclip. We then want number 3 to go here because you want it to remain in the frame. So that's why I'm using the X, because if you drag it across, it's going to go outside of the frame. And then I just go down a bit, and then we just tab it the other way, go a bit more to the right so it's outside. Okay, and we are going to like that one. Again, we'll clip. Here we are going to prototype, we're going to drag across there. Okay, and for some reason, okay, let's see if that works. So I dragged it, it seems to go like that. Let's just see what happens. So hit play. Okay, so swipe right, we like, swipe left, we dislike, swipe right, we like, and that didn't work. So I think the way the prototyping is doing it is a bit funny. So you just want to click on that, and it's because I didn't change it to on drag. Okay, we want to go to number 5. I'm pretty confident that'll work. So if we close that, again we did the last one, and we just go back to design, we unclip this one, we are going to bring that to the left, so we go the other way, and then I'll go down, and then we rotate it slightly, a little bit more, so it's outside, and we are going to show the dislike. Okay, and then we go back to clip, and then here we also want to drag. So if we click on that image, prototype, we want to drag over there. We don't want it to be on drag. Navigate to iPhone 11.6. Okay, so let's see if this all works. Hit the play button. Okay, so here we go. Swipe right we like, swipe left we dislike, swipe right we like, left we dislike. Ah, that didn't work. Shame. Why didn't that work? Because it's going somewhere else for some reason. We want it to navigate to number 6. Don't know why it goes funny like that. So share again. Just make sure you're checking those things. Swipe right, swipe left, swipe right, swipe left, and this one, that's it. So there you go. Not too bad. We've done a really simple, really simple swipe right and left. But the last detail, just to make it a bit more realistic, not everyone's going to be called Jane, right? And they're all content creators, which is possible. But last detail is, let's just make their names different, right? So he's going to be, we're going to call him John. We're just going to increment their ages. And he's 33. He could be a web developer. Again, targeting the tech community. We're going to call her Janet. She is 35. She is a web developer as well. And then we got Joe, who is a web designer. Oh, we forgot to change. Yeah, so Joe is probably going to be 30. And then lastly we got, let's call her Jean, and then Jean Grey. And my camera's gone. And then we say she's 30. She is going to be a UX designer. Okay, so last prototype. So we're going to swipe right, John, swipe left, Janet, swipe right, Joe, swipe left, and there we go on Jean. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll see you in the next video.